Hello again, everyone. Today's video is going to be my questions for Tesla bulls, and it's going to cover just a few things I think are important to think about with regards to Tesla position. Now, it is a bit of an interesting time for this video, but I did start the poll of what you guys want to see next yesterday before the news release, so it's not really fully intended, but okay, so to start off, I'm sure this video will probably get some hate because this is the definition of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is just what I see when I look at Tesla. But I don't hate or short Tesla, and I don't recommend shorting Tesla. I'm just doing this because like many of you, and I know that when I'm thinking about buying a stock, I try and think about everything, but I can't think about everything. So I keep questioning, and I just don't want anyone to uh, lose money while trying to do the right thing because there's something that they may not have thought of. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. So the first three questions which I had, which I don't really want to focus on too much because they could have relatively innocuous answers, but I did think about them in terms of why do executives keep leaving? Is the board too close to the CEO? And is building a factory in China wise? All of these are things to think about, but not necessarily problems at all, necessarily. So the first real quandary comes with the question of quick deliveries. If Tesla does indeed have 400,000 reservations of people waiting for their cars to arrive and produces 5,000 Model 3s per day, how can they offer to deliver the cars so quickly? Is it because those reservations are not really willing to pay what the current price that the Model 3s are asking? The next confusing element about Tesla for me is the company sure turned around quickly. In an interview, Elon Musk said that Tesla was within single-digit weeks of having to close the doors, and that same quarter turned into Tesla's most profitable quarter in the company's history. How did that happen? Is it because they used a bunch of tax credits or decided to pick high price deliveries to make the quarter work? I've heard and I believe that a lot of people will be wanting electric cars in the coming years. Well, if everyone wants one, will there be no competition that ever manages to arrive and compete? Will NIO, BMW, Jaguar, and many other companies, including dozens of startups in China, all fail? On their factory in China, have you seen the terms of the financing for the Shanghai factory? And have you had a recent look at the construction details? Does does the timeline for this make complete sense? On the subject of price, if people are not willing to pay the current higher price for Teslas, how much are they willing to pay? And more importantly, what margin does that leave for Tesla? Now, if they are able to sell into the auto mass market, and they are so much more efficient and better at production, does that really mean that they deserve a tech company multiple as opposed to a car automaker multiple? And you hear a lot about how quickly Tesla is growing. So if they're growing so quickly, why are they cutting guidance, laying off staff, and closing avenues of sale? Why is the change coming at a time when the revenue growth is decelerating? And in terms of demand fulfillment, why do Tesla inventories keep increasing? If they have such a backlog of demand waiting for their products, why does the number of finished products that are undelivered keep increasing? Do they not have enough staff to transport and deliver the cars? And as for the question of how the company was so close to having closed the doors, if the only question was raising some cash, why didn't they raise some cash and give themselves some breathing room by issuing equity? Is it because they are not issuing equity to preserve shareholder value and keep the company undiluted? Or is it because in order to raise, they might have to jump through some hoops that they don't want to have to deal with? I'm interested in hearing the answers to any of these questions if anyone knows. And remember, Tesla Bulls, I don't hate your stock. I don't hate your company. I root for electric vehicles. And I look forward to your explaining what I don't understand about your company. Please tell me in the comments. Anyone who was on the fence but making a decision on Tesla before this, I hope this helped you think things through more and come to a stronger conclusion. That's it for today. I hope everyone enjoyed and found this interesting or thought-provoking. And remember, if you want to have a say for next time I put out a poll, feel free to stop by on Twitter, same name as this channel. And until then, until the next video, have a great day and take it easy. Hey everyone, just quickly, you can read this here or in the description of any video. Just remember, what I do and say here is meant to be a helpful supplement or thought filter for your research, not a replacement for it. I can be wrong, and I'm often quite early, aka wrong for a good while, which is why none of this is ever investment advice.